Hi, Taylor.
Hey, D.
Welcome to Light Roast.
Welcome to Light Roast, D.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, D. What do you got there? What you got? Some
Ooh,
coffee?
hey, this is a black cold brew.
Black cold brew from
The Human Bean. I love this place, dude. This is a indie shop that opened just by your house.
Yeah. Indie-ish.
Indie-ish.
Yeah.
I guess it's not that indie, is it?
Yeah, because I've seen them in Oregon and stuff.
Okay. Indie, whatever.
I have a cold brew also,
Yes.
but there's a little bit of cream and some caramel flavoring in here.
Oh.
And this is my first time having Human Bean. It's really good.
It is really good.
I like it a lot.
They come with little chocolate-covered coffee beans.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And I would like to say also that oftentimes, so this coffee has been sitting here for a second as we've set up, as we normally do.
Yes.
But this coffee tastes good even when the ice has watered it down a little bit. It still tastes good.
Tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where that's usually not the case with
That's too
anywhere
bad.
else.
That's funny.
For me.
For black coffee, for some reason, it just doesn't matter. It can be watered down forever. It doesn't matter. What are we talking about today, bro?
We're talking about Disco Elysium, which is this game we got.
That's a crazy name.
It is a crazy name. I don't know what it means. I'm 20 hours in. I don't know what it means.
20 hours in, don't know. You told me about this game. I've never even heard of it before.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I found it through a YouTube video where there was this guy who was going over his Games of the Year 2019 list.
Same Baba as you list?
I think so, yeah. I think Baba Is You was on there, yeah. And what I heard about this game was that it was like a next level RPG experience. Like it was like a really, really, really good RPG.
Yeah.
And so I love RPGs, so I checked it out.
Well, this is funny because I hate RPGs and I love this game quite a bit.
That is really funny.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's because I think it's just innovative as
Yeah, it really is. It's like I've never played anything like it.
Yeah.
Like it's really quite interesting.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah.
Very, very different.
The first week, sorry to get all little current.
Oh, a little current?
Current.
Oh, geez, you got to say the word?
I'm going to say the word.
Okay, if you must.
On the first week of coronavirus, first week of quarantine, I played this game a lot. The first week of quarantine was like dedicated to just playing this game. Yeah, and I was like super immersed into it. I was like way into it. So that was a really fun experience.
Nice.
Yeah. So yes, I love the game too.
Very nice.
I definitely love it.
Yeah, it definitely seems like your jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting though. You've always struck me as a person who likes to take control of their character or their things in the game, which I guess this is that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this isn't that, but it actually is that. It's very much that.
It's very much that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, I think. Should I load up some?
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about what makes an RPG an RPG.
Sure.
I've always hated RPGs. I've always just used that term RPG as just a blanket term. And to me, in my head, it means turn-based combat. That's all RPGs mean. And stats. Stats and turn-based combat. And it's funny because there's one of my favorite games in the world, Pokemon, is turn-based combat with stats.
Right.
But I think it's contextual. It's different. And I've played Mario RPG, I think, once or twice, and even Paper Mario also, which is another RPG. But I haven't played any JRPGs or anything like that.
Final Fantasy, stuff like that.
Even Final Fantasy, like I got into Final Fantasy a little bit, and just like it doesn't grip me, and it's because the gameplay is so trying for me, because I'm just like, okay, menu, fucking falling asleep.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't care. And then for something like Legend of Zelda, for example, was kind of an RPG, but it's not stat driven.
It's more of like an adventure game,
right,
than an RPG.
Yeah, that game, like, it's just there's so many things that are just surrounding you at all times, and you're actively engaged in everything, and I really like that. I can't passively engage in games. It's very strange. This one, however, it's active passive engagement. It's kind of strange. It's like you're legit talking to yourself the entire time.
Yeah,
just really cool. I really like that,
because this whole game is. Let me switch over. This whole game is about dialogue.
Right.
And it's about...
Or monologue, even.
Yeah, or even, monologue within yourself. I'm going to cut back now that we're talking. Or even monologue between ourselves.
Yeah.
Between yourself on this game. I guess it's between yourselves.
It is between yourselves, yeah. You have...
It's like Inside Out.
Yeah, it's like instead of... Yeah, exactly. It's like Inside Out, yeah.
But not for kids.
Definitely not for kids. Not at all.
A little darker.
A little darker.
A little more heady. But yeah, there's no combat in this game, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you get health here.
That confused me, the health stuff. Or you can't see it because your face is in the way.
Oh, yeah, my face is in the way. That's too bad. There's like some health over down there. And you're
pantsless.
Yeah, I'm pantsless. And this is so funny. My character I have here, every piece of clothing I'm wearing is deliberate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, even the fact that I'm not wearing pants is deliberate.
Why is that?
It's all stats.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's all stat thing.
I didn't know the clothing played into stats.
Yeah, so I get +1 composure.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I'm only wearing stuff that is for the kind of character that I wanted to play.
What did the pants do that you don't want?
The pants. Let's look at the plant. Let's look at the pants. The plants. I have a couple pants. I got these. I think these are the starter ones.
Yeah, the flare cut.
I didn't want -1 Savior flare. Yeah, so that takes it down.
What is it?
Savior
Fair.
Yeah, which I think is a skill that I like to use. And then it's +1 electrochemistry, which is like your drug addiction.
Nice.
Yeah, so it makes you more addicted to drugs and more.
I love how they did this. So like the stats are all based like.
It's psychology.
It is.
Yeah.
Let's switch.
Yeah, we're switch.
Okay, so one thing that Dark Souls has working against it for me is because it has like the same kind of fantasy stat elements that most stat games have, right? So if your sword has +4 strength or your armor has something defense or whatever like that, and it's like all these things that play into your combat gameplay, and this is just the same thing, but it's just different context, right?
Yeah,
just different words.
Yeah, it really is a different context. It's like all the same mechanic kind of still exists. It's just not that you're fighting people. It's that you're having a conversation with people.
And that's what I also like about it.
Sometimes you actually can fight.
Can you?
Yeah, but it's like it's just an option.
See,
if something plays out,
it's just something that happens. Yeah, instead of like an ongoing turn-based thing. That's one thing I really like about the conversations here and about the combat of the game is that it doesn't feel turn-based. It feels like, because when you're having a conversation with someone, even you and me right now, one of us talks and the other person talks. It's just a natural thing. It's a give and take. Mm-hmm. When you're doing combat in real life, it's not that way. Yeah. So there's a dissonance there, right? In the game, in like Final Fantasy, obviously it has it's stylized, but that's what makes it gamey, right? Is that you take this element that does exist somehow in the real world of interaction and you turn it into something that is different. Mm-hmm. And here it's a little bit kind of the same, because you're a person who's talking to somebody, but also your thoughts come up every now and then. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, why is his tie so weird? Or why is there a mustard stain on my shirt? And,
like, dude, like as I was playing again some more in preparation for this episode, I ran into this one situation where I was outside of the bookstore and there was a lady, just some old lady browsing through the bookstore outside the catalog, and I was holding tab, and you get your inner thoughts floating around, and I had a purple one. It was Inland Empire, and I clicked it, and then it was telling me, it's like, there's something wrong with this lady. She needs help. She needs your help. And I was like, okay, and I went to talk to her, and then she's like, I'm just browsing, and then all the options are like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you like, what's wrong with your, like, is something missing? Is somebody missing? And it's like, do you have a husband? And then you kind of deduce that, you find out that her husband actually is missing, but that she like does know that he's missing, but also isn't like worried about it. It's just like he's been gone for a little bit. Yeah. And you can keep like just pressing it just over, you just press it down.
I love that.
Yeah, it is really awesome.
Yeah.
And eventually it did lead to like a little side quest where she was like, okay, you're actually right. He is gone. It would make me feel a little better if you went and did some detective work for it.
That's so great.
Yeah, it was awesome. I thought that was great.
I love the first time you meet, is it Kit or Kim?
Kim, yeah, your partner.
Yeah. The first time you go over to him and meet him for the first time, you go over there and your thoughts are talking to you, and they're like, that this man, you can trust this man completely. Who is he? He's your half brother. Like, what?
It's like your brain is desperately trying to put all the pieces together.
Right. Like it's so fun. I love just it's fun in not the mechanic. I mean, it's kind of fun in the mechanics, but like it's fun in just the idea of that the developers are having fun with all of this.
Yeah, it does feel like the developers are having a lot of fun. Like there's so much creativity involved,
just overflowing.
Yeah, and it's also so well written.
It's really well written and really well voiced too,
and super well voiced, and like it's just really high quality writing, like really good storytelling, and like really engaging dialogue and characters and concepts, and it's like super philosophical.
It's really I love the opening scenes so much. Yeah, where it compares you and your drunken state into, it compares it with like the starting of the universe, basically. That you're like only a hedonistic lizard brain person, but you're right now you're non-existent, you know, and then you come to consciousness by questioning whether or not your existence is real.
Yeah, you're like, should I be conscious?
Right. I love that. And it's like, well, what is this X something? X lover? What is a lover? What is a wife? What is X?
Yeah,
I love that idea.
Yeah, I think that is awesome too. Yeah,
and you look in the mirror and your like brain is like scared of yourself. Yeah, like what is this creature that I'm staring at?
You're not even realizing you're looking at a mirror.
Yeah. Right.
It's like you're good. It's like being in the body of somebody who like had stripped all of their like mental capacity away. Yeah. And then like thrown into a world without context, and he's like desperately trying to piece it all together. Right. And that's kind of what the game is.
Yeah, and I love that because you go into each of these things, like you don't know that you're in a hotel, really. You don't even know that how long you've been there. You don't know you're a cop. Yeah. And you don't know who your partner is, and that you're in the middle of an investigation and all this stuff. And you as a player don't know all this stuff also, and so you're learning all of it. As he's also kind of learning it because he kind of just lost his mind, apparently drunk himself into a stupor.
Yeah, into super amnesia.
Yeah. So, yeah, super, super neat. So, what's going on here with your disco lights happening?
So, yeah, so this game it's like almost real time, this game. It feels like, at least.
It's like 3/4 real time.
Yeah, it's like close. Like, I finished the first day in like 16 hours.
Right. Yeah. That's so strange.
Yeah. And so it's almost day 3. Oh, sorry. Yeah. D, now I shouldn't be switching because D does it normally, and I keep forgetting. I'm just in here because I was gonna go do some task that I was following the story, and it's disco because it's nighttime.
So okay, so it just lights up like that.
Yeah. I still haven't done the task where sing karaoke. Yeah, which is what I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and I don't know how to progress that.
I love, by the way, that like when you're doing all this stuff, like the first time that you see the karaoke stand, just like you need to sing, you have to sing. This is your calling.
Yeah, it's like a gut instinct. Right. Yeah, it's like you need to do this.
And it's like for me, like as a person, like I'm not drawn to that, but it's like my brain is telling me to, which is the character in the game, and I love that.
Yeah, that kind of like
that dissonance. It's cool.
It is cool. It's really awesome. Liz is my favorite. I love this.
What is
Look at this. Look at the trash can. The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front. Fuck you, mail delivery box. Kick it.
And you just hurt yourself. Yeah. That's funny.
Then you take damage.
Oh man. Oh, this was so cool. This is speaking to the innovation of the game. When the first time that I lost health was when I was in meeting with the big fat dude.
Yeah, Emirate or whatever, something like that.
And your brain is like telling you like, this fucking chair, dude, this chair is uncomfortable. And so like the longer you sit in the uncomfortable chair, then you start losing health.
Yeah, dude, that was amazing. Yeah. And it was like all psychology too.
It was too.
He was playing mind games on you.
Right, like it was making you feel uncomfortable. And it's kind of weird because it didn't really make me as a person feel uncomfortable. I guess I was weirded out. Yeah. So there is that. Yeah. But it was cool.
Yeah. But it's cool that the character, Emirate, literally like consciously decided to put the chair there as a ploy to make you like weaker.
To make you as a weak person.
Why don't you take a seat? And then there's like these mind games you can, like, it's like a field. It's like a boss battle almost.
Yeah, it is.
Just a conversation.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what I think is cool about this.
Yeah. It does feel like a boss battle.
Some of my favorite gaming experiences I've ever had in my whole life was playing Fallout New Vegas.
You told me about that. Yeah.
And that's because I love dialogue systems in video games. I find that to be really, really fun. Yeah. And so that was like some of the best dialogue system I've ever played was Fallout New Vegas. But I think this one might one up it actually.
This one's so like not intuitive, innovative.
Yeah, like I've never played a game like the idea. This whole game is based on its dialogue system. Like that's the core mechanic, more or less.
Yeah, and it's a different dialogue system. Like it's not even based on RPG, really.
Right? And it's not RPG. It feels more like actually, it feels like a visual novel.
Oh, interesting.
More than
that's
it does,
funny because
RPG.
we played a visual novel and it's
shit on it.
And it's terrible.
I came to the conclusion that I hated visual novels in that.
Yeah.
But if this counts as a visual novel, I love them. Then they're my favorite kind of games.
That's really interesting, dude.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, because the other one that we played, Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, is I mean, obviously it has its own aesthetic of just being bubblegummy, but there's zero depth to it.
Yeah.
Right? It's just click next, click next, click next, and you just see what happens. But in this, you actually do have a huge level of immersion because of all the intricacies between your decisions and what like counts as decisions. Like, for example, what I was just gonna talk about was whenever somebody tries to make like a game that is different, like I'm gonna make this game, but it's gonna be so different, right? For some reason, that's the thought I think that a lot of people have when they first start making games. That's certainly the game thought that I've had. One of the things that I thought was trading mechanics between like a shooter and a salesperson thing. And I was thinking, hey, wouldn't it be funny if instead of like you're shooting a machine gun, you're like handing out flyers to people? But it's like if you have the same exact mechanic and you just switch the context around, but just to keep the mechanic completely, then you're not really changing the experience at all, right? You're just kind of you're just making fun of the experience or commenting on the experience.
Yeah, but you're not changing anything. You're just reskinning.
Right, you're just reskinning, exactly. And so I feel like that's what this game could have done, is just reskin at the RPG experience where it's just turn-based. You talk, now I talk, but my talk is higher, so therefore I kill you, you know?
Right.
But instead, it's like a conversation that you're having.
Yes. And
everything takes place in the right side. If you
let's go over here. Yeah. I'll go over to that lady we were talking about. So yeah, it takes up all the way over here.
Right. So you have different options that are just like your regular kind of dialogue, like, oh, what are you going to say next? But
let's talk about your husband again. This is the lady with missing husband. Maybe your children are missing. Maybe your cockatoo is missing. Watch her browse books.
Watch.
Her hands move over to the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking. Yeah.
I love that.
That's just a little dialogue. Your face becomes anxious again.
Yeah, so then she talks to you and then...
Yeah, I can... there's not... I guess this is a pretty... I've already gone through all this.
Yeah, when's relevant.
Yeah. Is what it is.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about this game is like it does have that visual novel. Oh, yes. I keep forgetting. It does have that visual novel element to it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's not just a reskin. It's actually like there's so much more to it. Like it's
like a brand new game.
Yeah. There's an adventure element to it. Like there's exploration. There's like all these little nodes here that say little like flavor texts about the books, and just you get a whole world to walk around. Oops, I wanted to open the map. So it's also an adventure exploration type game.
It is,
because so it's not just all dialogue.
Right. Yeah, you actually have to click around and go to places, and there's even places like you and I got stuck in the same place.
Getting into the bay, the docks, or whatever.
Right, because there's a like how I got in was jumping over a brick wall or a concrete wall.
Yeah.
But then once I was there, I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
So it was like a puzzle element trying to figure out how to get out and stuff.
Yeah, and there was multiple routes to take for that too. Yeah,
which is cool. Yeah.
One of the routes is, did you talk to that dude who was like the super racist guy?
No.
Who's like all about like eugenics and stuff?
No.
Damn. Let me run over here real quick.
I talked to a singing guy.
A singing guy?
Yeah, the guy who was singing about the docks. It was really strange.
That's funny.
Or container. He was saying, "Oh, container, oh, container."
Was that the guy who was sitting outside of Everett's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's funny. Yeah.
Switch.
We're switching.
Got switch. That dude?
No, he's cool too, and I don't know what his deal is. He's too big brain for me to understand.
Too big brain.
Yeah.
I talked to him for a little bit, and I was trying to figure out what it was. There's some dissonance in this game that I don't like that is too much for me, where it's like, because they do expect you, like, it's such a big thing, a big task to take on such a different game like this. So to design the elements so that players kind of get what they're doing is a little strange.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the first part I really love, because it does kind of introduce you to all the concepts of like what health is and what you're trying to do. But like when you're talking to people, like, you know how you didn't like Fallout 4's dialogue system? Yeah. Where it's like all the buttons kind of mean the same thing. In here, it kind of feels like that sometimes when I'm like, if I'm talking to him, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I can like gain their trust if I say this instead of that, right? But they're all pre-programmed like branches, and I'm just not thinking about it correctly, right?
Yeah.
So
I've run into that a couple times too.
Yeah. So like I might accidentally get someone confused when I meant to make something more clear. You know?
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also don't like truthfully, I don't fully understand the world in this game yet. Like, I don't know where this takes place.
Yeah.
Or what time this takes place, or if it's like obviously it's alternate history, because all these places don't exist, do they?
Oh, I don't know. I assumed they did.
Oh, or am I just being dumb?
No, I don't know.
That's what this game makes me feel dumb.
Well, it's so different. Yeah. It makes me feel dumb
because it's a high intellect game. Yeah, it's like you gotta have a high IQ
to be honest.
To be honest. To be fair.
To be fair.
You have to have a pretty high IQ to play Disco Elysium.
It's such it is really heady. I mean, like heady in like the most like psychological kind of way.
And literature kind of a way.
Right. Oh man, yeah. There's it's funny because one of your stats is intelligence. Yeah. And it's one of the stupidest stats, I think, but it's like you'll talk to somebody like Kuno, a little kid, and he'll say something about how he'll mention a word, and like your intellect comes in, and you're like, oh, that word means this, and it's from the ancient whatever language, and like
the encyclopedia, right? That's what that one is.
I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but what's cool about their whole skill system and the way this is all set up, is because you're like, who cares about encyclopedia? Because I don't give a shit. Yeah. So you don't. So it's like then you'd invest in like other skills, and you get more of the stuff you're interested in.
No, that
because I like encyclopedia, because I like learning some of the new stuff, whatever it is.
Yeah, I like. I went hard on empathy because I thought it would help me in the game. Yeah, it doesn't actually really much.
Yeah, that's why I went hard on suggestion.
Yeah, suggestion and Inland Empire I think would too.
And Inland Empire are fun. I like being able to like talk people out of things and being able to like run circles around them in dialogue. So I always try to invest in that kind of stuff. And composure. I learned that composure was really valuable.
Oh, really?
Through the hard way, by basically getting like I'll show you here. We're switching over. This guy, Measurehead, is very, very racist person.
He speaks in all caps.
Yeah, and he speaks in all caps.
That's great.
Yeah, your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Race descent. That's amazing. Oh, they also have dice rolls in this game, which is cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
So this one's locked. And basically one of the ways to get into the dock is to talk to this guy and basically take on his worldview and agree with it. Wow. Yeah, you have to like take in all of his ideology, and whether or not you believe it or not, like it even says it's like you don't have to believe in this stuff to say it. You just want to say it to him. And then if you I keep forgetting, this is really bad.
Gotta switch, man.
I shouldn't even fucking have this job, dude. And he's like, so yeah, you can take it on, but my composure was so low at the time that his like authority and like intimidation factor like
made
me like shadow. I was like, I couldn't like handle it. I couldn't like comprehend.
That's really cool.
Taking on his worldview.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so you're getting through. So I had to go the way you went, which is I ended up going over that.
Just physically jumping over. Yeah. That's really cool. It's funny because that's what it was. My dice roll that I did, that I told you that was low, but I still did it anyway, was jumping over the concrete barrier because I had no physique. Yeah. I had I think I was 1 or 2 or something. Yeah. So I was like, I hope I just make it, and I did.
That's cool.
It's great.
Yeah. So that's another critique. One little critique I have of the game is some of the dice rolls are kind of whacked, I feel like. Because, like, this situation here, I felt like I just got completely unlucky and almost, like, shut out just by chance of progressing the whole game. That's how I felt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I messed up the conversation with Measurehead.
Right.
And that could not have been undone unless I went way back because my save was all... I'd have to reload.
Isn't that good, though?
Yeah, that's good. Well, where I'll lead... My point is... I, by chance and by skill and just the skills I had, I could not go past Measurehead, so I had to go another way. Mm-hmm. There's one other route, and I messed that up too by chance because I got a bad roll.
Okay.
And then I couldn't do that again unless I leveled up and rechecked. Right. And then the last route was the physical challenge, which I knew was my weakest skill too.
Right.
So it's like I tried it, and I made sure to save beforehand because I knew it was going to be kind of shit, and I failed it. I didn't even get through. Okay. So what I had to do was I literally just saved and just kept reloading until I made it through.
If you're locked out of all of those, does that mean that you're just locked out? Because you can't...
I couldn't progress the game unless I did what I did. That's how I felt, and I didn't like feeling that way.
Well, I wonder if that... Because that can't be right.
Unless I just suck.
I mean, like, I don't think any part of the game... I don't think any part of progressing, at least completely through, I don't think can be completely relying on random rolls. Right.
That's how I felt in this situation, because to progress the game, I needed to get into the docks. And to get into the docks, there's like 3 options, and each of them require skill checks to get through.
Well, I wonder if like
all of them.
I wonder if after you fail all of them, if there's like a failsafe, there's got to be a way to get through anyway. Maybe there is, and I didn't find it. It's possible. I would hope that's the case because I would hate to feel that way.
Yeah, that's how I felt, and that's when I felt like the worst about the game.
Right. That's when design is working against you. Yeah.
It's actually a testament of how much I love this game that I
that you don't like
through that because I usually give up on that kind of stuff pretty quick. I have a pretty low tolerance for that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm like I'm done with this game. But I like struggled through it for like 2 hours. Yeah, because I want to keep playing.
See, design that's for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's about how long it took me.
The design is like for that example is super important. Mm-hmm. For that kind of stuff because like you said, like people have really low tolerance when it comes to like hitting those quote invisible walls over and over. Mm-hmm. Even if like invisible walls meaning like literal and not literal, like what you were going through.
Yeah, just blocking progression.
Right, because you're not doing it the way they want you to.
Because of a miscommunication or something. And
it's like you can still have those very linear things. For example, my favorite game to talk about, Portal Hour.
Portal Hour.
The one part that you have to do. Well, you have to do all of it, but the one part that you have to do no matter what is save yourself from the fire. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And it's like it's designed in a way so that if you don't do it, it doesn't make sense. If you don't do it,
you die.
Right, you just die. And it's like
there's like no way to get it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, like no one's gonna go in there and be like, what, I have to go up there, fuck this game, right? Like that's just not gonna happen. So that I think that's where design like really comes into play.
Yeah, and it does matter. Yeah. I think with this kind of game, it's definitely it's really hard. Huge challenge.
Huge challenge. Yeah, especially when you're doing dice rolls and stuff, because then you have to figure out what is the failsafe and what does it mean when people get everything wrong. Not just because by chance I did, but like what does that mean to the story? What does that mean to your character if you just got everything wrong?
Exactly. If you're just failing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would have been cool if it like if you fail the 3 checks, it opens up a new branch that you're guaranteed to get through, but it's like something to your character or something. Like you get super demoralized or like it makes you feel weird or you uncover some new thing.
Exactly. Know? Yeah, exactly. See, that would be that's a good design.
That would be. That would be good. Yeah. That's cool.
Measurehead's amazing.
Yeah, and he has groupies. He's got these groupies, these 3 women who are
more than enough to please a woman.
Yeah, everyone should try to be more like Measurehead. And he's sitting here like preaching eugenics. He's like, I am the superior race. You are inferior to me, just like objectively. It's really hilarious.
In all caps.
Yeah, in all caps.
I love that. That's so funny.
It is really funny. I'm running over here. I got a crowbar. Good old
going full Gordon.
Yeah, I'm going full Gordon. This
I didn't know you could do that. Just hold.
Yeah, it took me a minute to learn too. I was like, am I really gonna have to like click through? What is this, like RuneScape?
That's what I was thinking. It's like RuneScape. That's funny.
Yeah. Fucking RuneScape.
God, I love this world, and the art style is so cool.
The art style is great. I do love this world. The sound design's really good, and the music.
I will say this about the world that I don't like. It's so stylized. I feel like it's almost stylized to a
detriment.
Thank you. Point there. Vocabulary stopped. To a detriment, because it's super detailed. Like just the world itself. Like if you look at the snow and stuff, you want to switch here. The snow and everything, and the grass. It's in patches.
Yeah.
There's dark spots, light spots. The road is falling apart.
And there's parallax with the trees here.
Yeah, there's trees. Not even like full trees, dead trees.
Yeah.
There's so much detail in it that it makes your eyes kind of glaze over because it's affinity. There's no strong contrast anywhere.
I feel that way. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
So I feel like that's a detriment because it pulls me, because I want to appreciate the world, right? I want to stare at stuff and really, really like what I'm looking at, which is, I feel like, what Breath of the Wild does so well.
Totally.
Is it has amazing detail plus really good contrast. So it just draws my eye right there. But this stuff, I'm just like I want to see that. I want to look what this rainbow is. That's cool, but I have to like really try.
Yeah, look it out. Yeah, because a lot of the stuff is kind of like the color palettes, I guess, is pretty.
That too. Just the color palettes, the outline, just the full. I think it's just the aesthetic itself.
Yeah. Even though it is a good aesthetic, I like the look of the game.
It's really cool looking. Yeah, but yeah, it challenges my mind just looking at it. Yeah.
I think that's where it gets me too a little bit with like placing this game.
Yeah,
and I think something about it, because it is stylized on top of the color palette and all that. It is like stylized,
right?
And it doesn't feel like it takes place in like, I feel like it takes place in like an alternate reality.
I suppose
that's the vibe I get from it.
To me, it just feels like war-torn, like Russia somewhere in the 70s.
That's what it does feel like, yeah. But I feel like it's a little bit more fantastical. Maybe it's because of these.
It could be because
the spiritual elements of it, the psyche stuff. Yeah,
because it's so heady.
Yeah,
right.
It is, yeah.
And that does make it, like you said, feel spiritual. It feels different.
Just real quick to point out, Inland Empire is a reference to the David Lynch movie Inland Empire, so that makes this game my favorite game. Also, one more David Lynch reference in here. Loading.
This game looks like
loading. Okay.
This game looks like what David Lynch would be in a video game.
Yeah, he'd probably like this game. This looks a lot like the Log Lady in Twin Peaks.
That's funny.
Log Lady, Log Lady, Log Lady, Log Lady.
I am known as the Log Lady.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. What else to say?
What can we say about Disco Elysium?
What can we say about Disco Elysium? My favorite thing in the world.
In the world.
In the whole world. This is my favorite thing to do. No.
No?
No.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
My favorite thing in the whole world to do is to wake up.
Okay.
I go to the gas station and I buy a yerba mate.
Yes.
And then I come back here to my house and I boot up some Disco Elysium, pop the mate, shotgun it. So I got the caffeine, so I'm like attentive. And then on my dual monitor, on my second screen, I'll pull up a dictionary.
That's amazing.
I leave the dictionary open.
That's amazing.
And I play the game. Every time a word comes up that I don't know, I copy paste dictionary.
That's awesome.
I figure out what it is.
So my wife does the same thing, but not with the mate and gas station stuff. But she'll always read really, really heavy books, right? And not just heavy, but like heavy that were also written like some time ago. So
like old.
Yeah.
It's like really...
just like every other sentence has a word that's just not used today.
Yeah.
And she loves that stuff. So, and she has a Kindle, so you can like tap on the word and it'll get you a definition automatically.
Oh, that's awesome.
But she loves doing that, right? Just continue to, she feels like it's just expanding vocabulary like crazy. So she can use, words that I've never even heard of before, which she loves. And so like, there you go with a visual novel-esque experience is what you're having.
Yeah, that's what I like. I love that.
Yeah.
That's why this is my favorite game of all time now.
I think it's such a special game. I really want to play more of it. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. It's not going to be one of my favorite games. It's just not because it's not. It's like Death Stranding for me.
Your gameplay,
like all of these games, like Death Stranding, this game, and what's another one? Final Fantasy, I guess. They're games that I can just so appreciate.
Metal Gear 1, maybe.
No, I like Metal Gear 1 a lot.
It's fun.
They're games that mechanically don't really work with my brain, right? I just can't interact with it as fast as interestingly as I want to. Whereas like Mario, I can just instantly click. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I get it now.
It's like expressive.
You're right.
Would you say like expressive gameplay?
Well, or is that in my mind though? Like this is expressive gameplay
I was gonna
for you.
say, yeah,
right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, so it's everybody's. It's a little different.
Yeah, like for example, in Dark Souls, I got one of the swords that you get from the boss when you mix something with something. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but it's from the giant spider lady. Mm-hmm. That you make a sword out of her
using her soul.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I made that sword because I felt like, I think fire is stronger against this other boss that I'm having a hard time with. So I'll make that, but it looks really cool, I suppose, but I'm not expressing myself in any way. And when I'm dressing, it's purely utilitarian. Mm-hmm. I'm dressing to be lighter or faster or stronger. It's not necessarily how I feel my character should be at any moment. It's just because it will get me through this challenge at this time. It's the whole gameplay is purely utilitarian. Mm-hmm. And it's because I can't figure out any other way to connect with the game. And same with, it's not really same with this one, because this one's actually really inventive and I really like that stuff. But yeah, just a lot of slower games, it's hard for me to connect with it. So I can appreciate the crap out of them, but yeah, as far as gameplay straight, it's hard for me to get expressive with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's cool. Oh, I mean, that sucks.
It's both. It's cool and it sucks.
That's cool and sucks.
Cucks.
That's funny. I want to play this game more. I just want to keep playing it forever.
Just do that. Just play it. I love the menu actions in here. I just love so many. I love all the aesthetics about this game.
Yeah.
When you go to your items, and every time you click like a different item, then everything goes.
Yeah.
I love that.
And this is cool too. There's interact. So you have items here that you can actually engage with. And what
would you do with it?
Like this is the hangman photo of tattoos.
Oh, did you get that from Kuno?
Yeah, I think I did.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you can talk to it basically?
Yeah, using I think Inland Empire or something.
That's it.
It still kind of looks like a map with the stars in the night sky. Who are you? Photo of tattoos gone. That's the meaning of this tattoo. For you to discover, you've gone as far as you will without assistance. Suggestion.
You're gonna use suggestion on the photo.
Someone close to the victim might now. Huh? Someone close to the victim might now.
Someone close to the victim might now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I understand. See, that's why I'm trying to. This is like school for me.
It's a school.
For you to discover, you've gone as far. Yeah.
Super dank fresh.
Okay, are we about wrapped up here?
I think we're wrapped up.
Cool, that was good.
Should we say goodbye? Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you for watching.
Light roast. It actually should be called dark roast.
Dark roast? Is that what you have there?
That's all we have. And every time we have cold brew, it's dark roast or medium roast.
Man, we suck at this naming shit. We should call it medium
decaf.
Roast. Decaf. Ew.
This show's now called Decaf.
Why wouldn't you want caffeine?
Why? Yeah. Why would you drink decaf?
My electrochemistry right now is saying I need to get caffeine.
Yeah, my Inland Empire just now kicked in and was like, well, what if I had caffeine right now?
It's like, damn, what if the caffeine was alive?
What if it was alive? I should talk to this.
Why
are you, coffee?
What are you hiding from?
What are you hiding from me? Yes.
All right, thank you for watching. That was fun. Bye.
Bye.